Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's tutorial, we will learn how to create image gallery using only HTML, CSS and JavaScript. As you can see here on my computer screen, I have 4 different images, and also I have this one amazing background color. Also, we have these 4 images, so when we click our image, you can see it will take the whole box. So you can see the zoom effect. Also, you can see when we click our image, you can see there's a text on at the center of this image. Also, you can see the text, there's some transition effect. Also, you can see this is our second image. So this is the use of JavaScript when we click our image and it takes the whole area. So simply we are going to create this using only HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So kindly, before starting this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and also share with your fellow developers. So without wasting time, let's start the video. Hello guys, welcome back again. So here I have created one folder. I have this one folder called image gallery. Inside this folder I have 4 different images that I'll be using to create this image gallery. So I didn't yet create any files. So firstly, we're going to open this folder with our VS Code, our text editor. So open this with your text editor. After opening this with your text editor, you need to create 2 files, one for HTML and one for CSS. Also, all these 4 images that I'll be using, I'll provide it in my video link description so that you can also download it for free. So next, I'll click file and create one file called index.html. Here I'm going to create the basic HTML structure. Next, I'm going to give a title. I'm going to add a title called Codmo Image Gallery. Next, we need to add another file for CSS, so I'll add style.css. After adding this style.css, we're not going to add anything. So come back to your HTML. We're going to connect our CSS to HTML by using this link tag. You can see now we have successfully connected our style.css with HTML. Next, come under the body. Or before doing anything, we need to add one thing. So go to your file explorer, your browser. Here I'm going to type cdn. Next, click the first link. Here I'm going to add a library called prefix free. So click this one. Next, we need to choose the version. So I'll just choose 1.0.07. Okay, 1.0.7. Okay. Next, copy this URL. Come back to your HTML. After this title, I'm going to add link. Instead of CSS, I'm going to remove this and add my URL. Now we have successfully connected our library. So come under the body. Here I'm going to create one div with an ID code. Inside this div, I'm going to add a figure. Also, this figure I'm going to add caption. Here I'm going to give it a title, France. Also, after the figure, so here we need to add our img. So I'll use the img source. I'll add my image 1 dot. Okay. So next we don't need to add this alt. So just simply remove it. Next we need to add 3 more figure. So simply I'm going to copy this. Simply copy and paste it. Change your text. Also, I'll change my image. Change your text. And lastly, I'm going to add this text Canada. Simply save this file. Come to your File Explorer. In your folder, click index, double click it. Now you can see we have our images with the text fig caption. Okay, now this is the use of fig and fig caption. Okay, so next come back to your text editor. In your text editor, you're going to style.css. In this style.css, we're going. So here we need to add some styling. So here I'll start with my body. I'll start with my body. So in my body, I'm going to add font family to be sans serif. Also, we need to add background color, margin to be 0. After this, we need to style our div. So I'll say div, then our ID, which is quote. Let's change this ID. I'm going to change to gallery. Okay, so come back here. Also, we need to change this to gallery. That's way better. So here in this gallery ID gallery, I'm going to give it background color to be gray. Also, we need to add font size of 0 with 60%. Next, I will add margin to be 0 auto. Also, we need to add box shadow. I'm going to add color code. .8. After this, again, I'm going to say div. Then our ID, which is gallery. Here, I'm going to style my figure. So our figure doesn't have an ID or a class, it's just a figure. So for this one, I will add margin to be 0. Also, we need to add width of 50%. Next, we need to add height, auto, transition, 1 second. Next, I'll add align items to be center. Also, I'm going to say display to be inline block. Next, position, relative, and lastly, overflow to be hidden. Now save your file, come back to your browser, refresh it. Now you can see we have our background color and our images. You can see the background color is gray. Come back here again. So here, next I'm going to do is, I'm going to say div, our ID gallery figure. So for this one, I'm going to add hover effect on our figure. So I'll say cursor to be pointer, z index of 4. Next, I'm going to say div gallery figure, then our img. For this one, I'll add width of 100%. Next, we'll add height to be auto. So simply, we need to copy this because since we are going to use this in our whole process of creating this image gallery. So next, I'm going to do again figure. Then here I'm going to use the nth child 1. Here I'm going to give it transform origin top left. Simply copy this. We need to create more nth child. So change this to second. For this one, I'm going to say top right. This one, our third one. For this one, I will say bottom left. Instead of top, change it to bottom. And lastly, which is our nth child 4. This one, I'm going to give it bottom right. Okay. Next again, so remove the whole of this. So after this we need to add figure. Then here I'm going to say fig caption. For this one I'm going to add margin 0, opacity 0. Next I'll add background, change this to 0.3. Next we'll add color to be white. Also I will add padding of 0.3 em. Em is just CSS things, okay? So next we need to say is font size of 1.2 rem. Next I will say position absolute, bottom 0. Also I will add width 100%. Next I will say transition to be 1 second, 1 second. Then I'll just say opacity, although it doesn't matter. So next, lastly, I'm going to say text align to be center. After this, we need to use the expanded. For this class, I will add here. I'm going to say transform to be. I will use the scale to Z index. So it should be Z index 5. Next, I will say after this. So after this ID, I will need to say something like again figure, then fig caption. So let me just use this dot expanded, okay? I think this is just from the library, okay? So for this one, I'll add opacity to be 1. Next, I will say again div dot full figure, not fig caption, should be figure, okay? For this one, I'll just say note. Then I'm going to use this class expanded. For this one, I will use point event to be none. Okay, so save your file, come back to your browser, refresh it. You can see for now we are not seeing any functionality. So for that we need to add JavaScript. So come back to your text editor. Also we need to save this file, refresh it. Now you can see we have our image gallery, but you can see it's not clickable. So for that to work, we need to use functionality, and by doing that we need to add JavaScript for it to function. So here I'm going to create one file called script.js. So here I'm going to create a variable called, a variable called gallery images, okay? Equal to document dot, I'm going to use the query selector all, okay? Query selector all, and here I'm going to add my ID, which is gallery. Also I'm going to add the figure, Okay, so I think we should add forgot to add this both from both sides. So after this we need to use the for loop. So I'll just use for. So here I'm going to use the for. So I'm going to say for I equal to 0. Okay, for I equal to 0, then make sure you close that. Then I'll say I is less than, which we created a variable called gallery images. Okay, it's less than gallery images dot length, and then I'm going to use an increment here, so I'll say I plus plus. Okay, can you remove I made a mistake here, remove that one. So after this curly braces, we need to say gallery images, then I'm going to give my I, then I'm going to add an event called add event listener. For this one I'll say click. So this what will this do is that it will click our images and also view our fig caption, okay, our text that we have added on our images. So after this I'm going to use a function, then I'm going to use this dot. So here I'm going to use a class list. This dot class list, then I'll choose dot toggle, then I'm going to choose our expanded class, that is just a class expanded. Next I'll say gallery dot class list dot toggle, and here I'm going to say full. Okay, so save this file. That's just 6 lines of code. Also we need to connect our JavaScript to our HTML. So by doing that, I'll just use the script source, then I'll choose the script.js file. Also we need to add one more thing here, a library. So go back to your browser. Sorry, you shouldn't create so come here. So here we need to add Jquery Library, and also we need to choose the version 2.13. okay, simply choose the version 2.13. okay, and here I'm going to copy this. Wait, it's just loading. So simply choose this, copy this URL, come back to your text editor and paste it there. Now save your file, come back to your browser, refresh your web page. Now let's try to click our images. Also you can see we have our fig caption, which is text. Also you can see when we can zoom our image. You can see when we click our image, it will take the whole figure. This is the use of jQuery and also the library. That's the use of library, and this mainly because of JavaScript. Now you can see our function click has done something. So you can also see our text at the center, and you can see there's some background color. So guys, we have completed creating our image gallery by just using only HTML and CSS and JavaScript. So if you think this video was very helpful, kindly please subscribe to our YouTube channel and also share with your fellow developers. So till next time, bye.